Who eats turkey while fitting a corset dress? Veekee James, of course. You guys, let me take you through the process of making my beautiful third anniversary dress.
Hello Veekee James lovers, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. My name is Winnie and you're welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to be learning how Veekee James created this stunning ashoke dress for our third anniversary. So if this is what you would like to learn, keep on watching, don't skip any part. Like, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new video. So without too much talking, let's get to the honor of this video. Let's go. I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. As some of you may know, when you are making a dress, you have to start with a sketch. You can decide to employ a stylist like Veekee James did. She employed this stylist, her name is Tony Greg, and they sat together to create the beautiful design. So they first created the pattern of the dress, which is the first thing that you should do as a fashion designer, and this is what it was looking like. This is what it was supposed to look like. And after that was done, she went ahead to create a toil. There's something that we call a toil. It's not particularly the dress that you want to wear, but it's a pattern that you sew first to see if the dress is going to be fitting perfectly on you before actually sewing it on the main dress. So what they did was create a toy. You can just buy a cheap fabric, any cheap fabric, to cut out your pattern. After drafting your pattern, you cut it out on that cheap fabric, then you fit the dress, see how it looks on you, see whether there are mistakes or anything that you need to correct before transferring it on the fabric, because ashoke is a very expensive fabric and you don't want to mess things up. So after drafting your pattern, you do not want to draft it directly on your main fabric. You should make a toil, and that also applies to when you are working with customers. Try as much as possible to make a toil for your customer and see how it looks on them before transferring it to the main fabric, so that you do not waste your clients' clothes, especially when they bring something very, very expensive. So as you can see, she's wearing the toy now and just fitting well. So this was a corset dress. It's a, what's this corset called? Don't mind me. This is a funnel corset, and the skirt part has gore at the side and also has tail at the back, which made it look really, really gorgeous. So when they were sure that everything was perfect, they transferred it to the main ashoke. You already know how to cut out ashoke. I've done videos on how to cut out ashoke on this channel. You should use your sodium iron to cut out your ashoke so that it doesn't fray. And then one of the tips that you should also work with while sewing an ashoke is that you should line it with stay before putting your lining. You should stick stay to it before putting your lining. That will not make your ashoke to be peeling from the middle. All right, so once that was done and they made the old dress, they started the beading process. I already made a video on this channel on how to work with beads. You will need a fabric pencil to draw out the patterns of how you want the bead to look like before particularly sewing the beads into the dress. It will make your work a lot easier. So everything that you are seeing here, something like chalk that you are seeing here is not actually chalk. It is a fabric pencil, and they've used it to draft out how they wanted the beading to look like, and then they're just going to go ahead and bead on it. And they used crystal beads, the tiny ones, and they also use sand beads. And then they went ahead to pick colors that are going to be matching with the ashoke to create the designs. They cut out designs that you saw on the dress. I've also made a tutorial on how to work with colors, how to know colors that match using the color wheel. So I'm going to drop that in the description box down below. So once they picked, after picking the desired colors of ashoke that they wanted to use to design the dress, they went ahead to make embroidery. They went ahead to do embroidery on that, and they cut out the shape and the size that they wanted. So you don't have to do what Veekee James did. You have to be creative on your own and do whatever works for you. So this was it. They used wine, gold, and powder blue for it, and then they started attaching it to the dress. So because they already had a sketch of what they wanted it to look like, it was easier for them to, they'll just be checking out. It's just like copying a style for a customer. So you just be checking what you drew earlier, and then you'll be using that to work with it. So on the gore also, that is at the side of the skirt, they also beaded on it all through, and everything was looking really, really stunning. So at the top part, there was a skin net at the top that that's the corset sat on, just to cover the bust area. And then at the back, it was a zip that was used, and then the skin net too was there, and then they beaded at the the zip part of the dress, and everything was looking really, really stunning. Once everything was done, this was the final look of the dress, and it was extremely stunning. I thoroughly liked it. I like the fact that it was a dress as opposed to a skirt and blouse that most people do, and it was really, really beautiful. If you enjoyed this video, kindly give it a like. Don't forget to share and subscribe also. Thank you guys for watching. Till I see you in the next one. I love you and I care. Bye.